Our Portland Trail Blazers won 66 games in the regular season, finishing with the best record in the NBA. However, that no longer matters. We have made it to the NBA playoffs, and now it's every man for themselves. Today, we'll start with the first game of round one against the Los Angeles Lakers. So, of course, in the last episode, we clinched the number one seed for good, and we had been pretty comfortably in first place for much of the year, so it was no surprise, but still good to see us cement ourselves in that top spot. The Kings and Rockets slide in the 2 and 3 spots as expected. The tight battle in this conference was for the 4 seed. Utah, Minnesota, and Oklahoma City grabbed the last playoff spots, with the Pelicans, Mavericks, Spurs, and Lakers in the play-in. The big twist, though, was Luka Doncic spraining his wrist right at the end of the regular season. Did not play in the first playing game against New Orleans, but he did play in their loss against the Lakers, which we'll go over in a little bit. As for the Eastern Conference, the Knicks, who had the worst record in the NBA last year, end up with the number 1 seed. The Bulls climb up to 2, leapfrogging the Pistons and Hornets, while the Magic and the Nets get the last 2 spots. The play-in, meanwhile, was all chalk, with the Sixers getting 7 and the Cavs getting 8. As for us, we are essentially fully healthy, which has not been the case all season. With the exception of Fritz Bengaro, nobody is hurt, and my apologies to Fritz, but I don't think he'd be getting real playoff action. Our team has not been healthy really the entire season, which makes the fact that we won 66 games all the more impressive. Of our core 4 between Springer, Sharp, Griffin, and Scoot, only one of them, Darius Springer, played enough games to qualify for All-NBA. We really haven't had these guys healthy since January, but it didn't matter, largely because of the play of Darius Springer, who ended up winning the NBA's MVP. Certainly not something we really expected coming into the year, but he really blossomed and was so good for us this year, averaging 26, nearly 14, and 6 assists on good shooting. And he did it with pretty much a new lineup every game. Scoot Henderson, Shaedon Sharpe, and Khalil Griffin all missed a lot of time. Now, interestingly, Springer made the All-NBA second team, which is odd because he won the MVP, while also taking home an All-Defensive spot, and then Caleb Marsh made an All-Rookie team. Let's take a look at the rotation we're going to be rolling with through the start of the playoffs. And the challenge here wasn't necessarily what we're going to do with the starting lineup. Even though our starters really have not been healthy together since December, we know who our starting 5 is. We know it's this group. The real question is how we're going to allocate the minutes after that. The 3 guys I really trust off the bench are Agbaji, Lillard, and Logan. That leaves probably 2 other spots. One more guard between Caleb Marsh and Malachi Suleiman, and then 1 big, Marvin Bagley and Ashton Wisham. I feel bad for guys like Caleb Marsh and Malachi Suleiman, who were so important for us in the regular season, but now that we're healthy, we don't need as big of a role from them. Let's take a look at the Lakers, who slide in as the 10 seed. They were lower than that for much of the year, but they played well down the stretch, winning 2 playing games, beating the Spurs, and then beating Dallas. Luka did all he could with his wrist injury with a triple-double, but Ja Morant played really well with 39 points. Dante Del Toro had a great game after making no field goals in their first playing game against the Spurs, and Bryson Franklin also produced. Those are the 3 guys to obviously really watch out for here. We'll start with Ja Morant, the big trade deadline acquisition, a dynamic downhill guard. And then there's Dante Del Toro, who's the new face of this team, the number 1 pick 2 years ago. He's already made All-NBA twice, but against Dallas, he strained his MCL. He's going to play through it, but it will severely hinder his athleticism, which is a big deal for the Lakers because he heavily relies on that for his game. Somebody like Bryson Franklin, the number 1 pick this past year, is really going to have to step up, and he's only 19 years old. Obviously, the NBA playoffs are new for him and Dante, so these role players are also going to have to step up. Tari Eason, though, hurt his toe. He won't be available early in this series. And their other top role players from earlier in the year, Malachi Branham and Bilal Coulibaly, were traded to Memphis in the Ja Morant deal. So they're going to rely on a lot of younger role players, such as Monte Davidson, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Prada Piloris, and others, to really carry the load when these starters are not in the game. So because of that, I feel like the Portland Trail Blazers need to take advantage when the second unit is in the game, because our depth, guys like Agbaji, Lillard, Logan, are so much better than the depth players who the Lakers have. Obviously, we're going to need our starters to play well, and again, we really haven't had all of our starters healthy together since December, with the exception of a couple games in between. Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharpe have both missed much of the second half of the year. Khalil Griffin was injured a lot for the first half of the year. So these guys don't really have a true chemistry with each other. As the Blazers win the tip and we are underway. I'm very curious to see how Portland's going to play together because, again, all 5 of these starters have not started in the same game together in quite a while. Ja Morant, step back, jumper is good. That'll get the scoring started for the Lakers as they lead 2-1. Shaedon Sharpe with a singular 3 throw on the board for Portland. Here's Dante Del Toro for 3 off the mark, but Morant flies in and soars up with the slam. So behind the back passes here from the Blazers is Scoot Henderson. Gets a good look, hits the mid-ranger. Scoot Henderson played less than 50 games this year. Really did not play the second half of the season, so he's a little bit rusty, and I'm curious to see how he looks. There's Springer with the back scratcher. The MVP with his first points of the playoffs, and it's 6-5. Springer on the drive again, hands it off over to Porzingis. He gets it over to Scoot Henderson, looking to get the screen. Henderson with it on the drive. He sends it home with the slam. So far, so good for Scoot Henderson. A little bit of rust hasn't been an issue for him yet. But overall, both offenses look kind of lackluster. As Del Toro makes the layup off the assist by Franklin. And Dante clearly in pain, trying to go through it despite a serious knee injury. Here's Griffin on the drive, makes the layup. Good pass by Porzingis. And a good play there by Khalil Griffin as it's now 10-9. Here's Morant with it, looking to get open. He's going to find some space. Kicks and fires from 3. Hide your kids, hide your wives, because Ja Morant is coming locked and loaded. Literally. 13-9 now. Franklin back to Morant. Bop, bop. Ja Morant knows a thing or two about hitting his target on his shots as he hits back-to-back triples. 16-9 now. Del Toro, easy floater. He could have gone for a nice dunk, but again, he's respectfully a cripple as it's 18-9. The Blazers are really starting to struggle. The offense is ice cold. They need a basket. As Scoot Henderson misses inside, Portland's just not getting good looks at all. They haven't made anything from deep. The passing's been subpar. While the Lakers look to add to their lead, it's Morant in the corner, and number 12 puts the Lakers up by 12. 21-9. Davidson's floater is good. It's now 23-9. As Portland's got to call a timeout. This game is trending south quickly. This team looks awfully rusty. Springer, pump fake in the corner for Abaji, and finally the scoring drought is over. Portland did clinch the number 1 seed a couple weeks ago, so they haven't played any meaningful basketball games since then, and boy, it looks like it, especially on offense. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with the layup for the Lakers. It's now 25-11. Abaji with it on the drive, looking for the pick and pop. Springer open from deep, and it's good! Darius Springer, through the duration of his rookie contract, went from one of the worst perimeter shooters in the league to one of the best, as he's matched up with Kobe Brown, and that is lunchtime for Darius Springer, who's starting to play better as a scorer. He's got 7 of Portland's 16. Jaquez looking for the screen, and he connects for 3. Jaime Jaquez has the Lakers up by 13. Del Toro with it, gets it over to Kobe Brown, and he is fouled on the shot. Number 1 rule of defense, don't foul the jump shooter. Darius Springer knows better than that. Kobe Brown makes all 3. It's 32-16. An abomination thus far as Sharpe is fouled on the 3. Ball don't lie, I guess. Sharpe would get 2 from the stripe, and it's 32-18. Morant with it, guarded by Scoot. Over to Jaime Jaquez Jr. Connects on another. It's a 17-point lead for the Lakers. I cannot believe what is happening. Morant from half court, no good, and that'll wrap up the first quarter. The positive of this quarter is that it's over. That's really the only thing I can say. Portland was mediocre at best on defense. The offense was abysmal. This team really looks like they had no chemistry, which, again, is a little understandable considering the amount of games that players on this team have missed. But still, what a disaster. Lillard misses the step-back 3, but Porzingis is there with the putback, his first points of the game. Michi Porter Jr. with it, the young guard out of UConn, off the dribble for 3, knocks it down. The Lakers are making everything from deep, while Portland went 1 for 7 from deep in the first. Here is Shaedon Sharpe, gets the screen. Sharpe, jumper, on the move, no good. Griffin's there with the rebound, and he gets the putback. I'm loving the effort on the offensive glass so far here in the second quarter, but it's not a sustainable way to play offense. Sharpe has it stripped away and stolen by Michi Porter. Here comes the Lakers now. Porter gets it over to Morant, and he gets that one over the extended arm of Scoot Henderson. 40-24. Scoot back with it for the Blazers, hoping somebody gets open off the screen. Griffin with room at the top of the key for three, and it's good! Nice shot by Khalil Griffin. That'll bring the lead down to 13. The Blazers got to go on a run like the Lakers did in the first as Morant throws it down over Griffin. 44-29 now. Here's Michi Porter with it, looking to get some room off of the screen. Porter, jumper is good. And the Lakers are maintaining a comfortable lead, even with Portland looking better offensively here in the second quarter. Porzingis, open corner three, knocks it down. Nice shot there by Kristaps, as it's now 46-32. The Lakers looking to do something quickly here, as Morant's guarded by Lillard. That's an easy matchup for Ja. Instead, he'll pass it inside for Pilaris, who's there with the putback. The big man, Prada Pilaris, makes the play, and it's 40-32. Griffin fouled on the three. Do these teams not know any better? Don't foul the jump shooter. Griffin would make all three after shooting nearly 90% at the line this year, as Ja Morant's jumper is no good. Here comes the Blazers on the fast break, looking to cut into the lead. Springer, crossover slam! Nice move there by Darius Springer. The biggest difference of his game, other than his intensity and involvement, is his ability on the ball from last year to this year, as Zeke Naji is in for the dunk. Lakers up by 15. The Blazers have not been able to make this game any closer. Scoot's intercepted by Ja Morant. On the other end, Naji, corner three, is good! And Zeke Naji gives the Lakers their biggest lead of the game at 18. Despite that, though, nobody wants to guard Khalil Griffin, which is a bold strategy because he's the only guy who's shown up offensively with 15 now of Portland's 40 points. Pass is tipped and stolen by Springer. Here comes Portland, a Baji from deep, and that one is good! Okay, here comes Portland, back-to-back threes. The offense finally showing something from deep. Morant looks to respond, and he does! Both teams lighting it up now from beyond the arc as the lead is back at 15. Bryson Franklin, nice move, no good. Nice defense by Khalil Griffin, who continues to be the only guy who's awake so far. He gets Scoot Henderson on the drive. Nice move by Scoot Henderson, a challenging layup, but he sends it home off the glass. 58-45 now. Here is Morant looking to send it inside for Naji, who's had a big second quarter, scoring the basketball for the Lakers. 15-point game. Del Toro, Euro step, no good. Dante definitely does not look like himself. It's no surprise, but certainly unfortunate. And then on the other end, Springer gets that one over the smaller guard, taking advantage of the size mismatch. 60-47, here's Logan with it over to Griffin. His pass is tipped and intercepted by Franklin. On the other end now, Franklin, Morant lobs it up for Monte Davidson, who floats it in with the layup. I still cannot believe how much of a disaster this first half has been. Portland continues to just really not look good. Springer off the drive with the lefty slam. Darius Springer starting to look a little better. He's got 13, but hasn't made a huge impact outside of his scoring. Davidson blocked by Khalil Griffin. Here comes Portland. Here's Sharp for three. Bang! Good ball movement there by the Blazers. Sharp with his first field goal of the game. It took him the entire half. And the lead is down to 10, the closest it's been in a while. Davidson fouled, and he makes the three! A 4-point play for Monte Davidson. The number one rule of defense is not to foul the jump shooter. The second rule, though, if you're going to foul him, don't let him make the shot. 66-52 inside. Franklin with a nice move. That 10-point deficit quickly evaporates all the way up to 16. And the Blazers are going to get one more shot here before the end of the half. Logan sets the screen. Henderson for three. No good. Logan gets it back. Throws it up and in. Nice play there by Zay Logan to wrap up what was otherwise a disastrous first half. The Trailblazers trail 68-54. Defensively, we've been subpar. We haven't been able to guard Ja Morant. We haven't really been able to cover the perimeter. But the offense is the bigger issue. Our two guards, Scoot Henderson and Shaedon Sharp, have been abysmal. Now again, albeit they've barely played over the last 2 months, so I think much of the reason why they've struggled is that they're very clearly rusty. But still, this is the NBA playoffs. There's no excuse. You got to get it together. Khalil Griffin's played well. Springer's looking better. But other than that, nobody's been any good. The biggest thing I can say is that Portland needs to go on a run. When they've made big shots today, the Lakers have answered quickly. That's why they've been able to hold this lead as Springer misses the layup. On the other end, Franklin looks to take it himself, and he is in for the lay. Bryson Franklin is so crafty. That's what impresses me most about him. He's dynamic inside as Porzingis is blocked by Zeke Naji. On the other end, Franklin with it. Griffin dares him to shoot. Franklin turnaround. He's blocked by Griffin. Both defenses looking really good early so far in the second half. As here is Scoot Henderson looking for the screen. Scoot Henderson for three. That one is off, but Porzingis is there with the rebound and the putback. Kristaps Porzingis hasn't been too bad. He's got 7 points, 9 rebounds. As Griffin passes out of the shot over to Springer. He's guarded by Morant. 12 on 12. That's a mismatch. And Springer takes advantage as it's 72-62. Porzingis gets it over to Shaedon Sharpe. Sharpe with the screen. His jumper beats the shot clock, and it's good. The lead is now within 8. The last time this game was in single digits was in the first quarter. Franklin's blocked by Porzingis. This is Portland's chance to really get some momentum. Here's Griffin in the corner. Henderson three. Bang! The lead very quickly within 5, and it looks like the Blazers have very much awoken here in the third quarter. They needed this run. Morant with a big response, though, for the Lakers as he's in for the dunk. 74-67 now. Scoot Henderson with it. Gets it over to Abaji. He has Springer open. Top of the key for 3. Nice shot for Springer, and the lead is within 4. 74-70. Morant now looks to get one right back, and he does. Connecting on the top of the key 3. 77-72 now. Springer with 22, a team high, really starting to heat up. Look at the ball movement here from Portland playing hot potato as Springer switches hands with the layup, and it is a one-score game. 77-74. Here's Lillard trapped. Tries to get to Marsh, but it's tipped and stolen by Naji. He gets it over to Jaime Jaquez Jr., hoping somebody gets open. And instead, the lane is open for Naji to just roll right through. And of the Lakers' role players, Zeke Naji has been by far the most impressive on both ends of the floor. He's been great. Lillard off the pick and roll, in for the layup. He finally scores his first points of the game. Quiet start here for Damian Lillard as it's 79-78. Jaquez blocked at the rim. The Blazers have a chance to take the lead. Sharpe, Abaji on the drive. Layup is good! And the Trailblazers, who have trailed by as much as 20 points, down by 14 at the half, are winning 80-79. Lakers looking for their lead back. Del Toro's jumper is no good, but the putback is by the big man, Prada Piloris. 81-80 now. Caleb Marsh, the rookie, with it. Looks to drive inside. Marsh in the corner. Sharpe. 3. Bang! Everything is going Portland's way right now. Night and day difference from the first half to now. Jumper for the tie is no good. The Lakers offense has gone ice cold, just like Portland in the first quarter. And then on the other end, it's a Budgie for 3. Ochai has 10 points on 4 of 4 shooting today as it's 85-86. 30 to go in the quarter. Sharpe looking for some room, looking for the screen from Marsh. Shaedon Sharpe on the drive. Layup is no good. Marsh with the rebound. Pump fake. Snuffed at the rim by Jaime Jaquez. And the Lakers end up with it. It's Dante Del Toro. Here comes L.A. It's Jaime Jaquez with it. Over to Porter. 11 on the clock. Lakers looking for the lead back in what has otherwise been a really bad quarter. Michi Porter over to Del Toro. Guarded by Abaji. Fade away at the buzzer. No good. Put back. Well, there is none from Piloris. And that'll do it for the third. Portland didn't look so good over that last minute. But other than that, what a great quarter. The offense got it together. The three-point shooting was much better. And the defense was phenomenal. Lakers back with the lead as Springer hits the corner 3. He's got 27. The bench is fired up. And Portland regains the lead. They're up by 2. Michi Porter Jr. with the drive. Layup is no good. Nice defense by Abaji. And here comes Portland on the break. It's Logan to Griffin on the wing for 3. Bang! Huge shot for Khalil Griffin. His first points of the second half. Considering how good he was in the first half, it's a surprise that he didn't contribute to Portland's big run in the third as Morant is in with the alley-oop. 92-89. Piloris hands it off for Michi Porter Jr. Porter looking for some room. Layup is good, and the lead is back within 1. The good thing about Portland's run in the third quarter is that they did not use a lot of their key players. So guys like Scoot Henderson, Darius Springer, and Khalil Griffin are going to have energy for the entire quarter. Lillard, no good, but Springer's there with the putback. And Darius Springer has really taken over this game in the second half when he has been on the floor, as it's 91-96. Davidson triple is good. It's been a rough one on both ends of the floor here for Damian Lillard. It's his first game in like 2 months, so again, he has kind of an excuse, but it's the playoffs. Springer, pump fake, Scoot Henderson for 3. That one is good. Portland could not hit the side of the rim in the first quarter from deep, and now they won't stop making shots from beyond the arc as Monte Davidson cuts the lead to 1 score. But the Lakers are not going to defend Springer on the other end. He hits the lawn too, now up to 31 points. 101-96 with just over 6 to go. Kobe Brown with it for the Lakers. Inside, little pick and roll action for Prade Pilares, who makes the layup. Pilares has been a part of numerous big NBA trades so far in his young career, a player the Blazers wanted to draft a number of seasons ago. Here's Lillard, open from deep. Off the assist by Griffin as Damian Lillard finally knocks down a triple. 6-point game, Jaquez heaves it up and it's good for the and one. Jaime Jaquez Jr. will make it a 1-score game as both teams have their full starting lineups back in the game. Morant and the Lakers down by 5, step back over, Scoot is good. And it's a 3-point game. Both offenses have not been very good over the last couple of minutes since the starters have returned. Both teams' starting lineups have played some really good defense today. As Scoot misses the wide-open mid-ranger, Ja dared him to shoot, and it pays off. But Morant misses inside. Nice defense by Porzingis. On the other end, with just over 3 to go, Springer layup is good. And it is a 5-point game in favor of the Blazers. Over 2.5 to go, but just barely. Here in the corner is Morant with the screen from Del Toro. And Ja Morant beats the shot clock. He hits the lawn too. Lakers continuing to hang in it despite Portland's lead. Scoot Henderson loses it. It was tipped by Morant. Del Toro ends up with it. Here nearly loses it but gets it back. Franklin over to Davidson in the right corner. Guarded by Griffin. Davidson off the drive. Jumper is no good. Rebound by Najee. He gets it over to Bryson Franklin. Another opportunity here for the Lakers. Morant with it. Has some space off the screen. His open jumper is also no good. That was a brutal possession for LA. They had so many chances to score and did not capitalize. Scoot Henderson takes it himself on the pick and roll, throws it down, and it's a 5-point game with under 2 minutes to go. This is what playoff basketball was built for. 3-point game. Morant inside, guarded by Scoot, trying to play the best defense of his life, and he does, forcing the miss. Khalil Griffin with the rebound. He gets it over to Scoot, looking to take it to the hole himself, but he's going to hand it off for Griffin with space. Fadeaway, 3-ball, bang! Khalil Griffin from deep puts Portland up by 6. Morant inside with a quick layup, and Ja has the Lakers back within 4. 113-109. Shaedon Sharpe, jumper is off the mark. Porzingis with the rebound, though, and he gets the putback. Huge play by Kristaps Porzingis, who seems to be at the right place at the right time, really throughout this entire second half. He quietly has had a really strong game. 6-point game, Lakers burn their second-to-last timeout as Morant will draw the foul from Porzingis, and he would make both. When are the Lakers going to choose to foul? They're not going to waste any time. They're going to go for it right away. And it looks like Portland wants Shaedon Sharpe to shoot the 3 throws. It hasn't been a great game from Sharpe, and he has missed a pair at the line today. But Portland does trust him over everybody else on the floor right now. They're not going to foul him. Wide open lane, throws it down. I mean, hey, that works too. It's a 6-point game as the Lakers burn their last time out. I'm surprised they used them both so early. I think we're going to stick with the same 5 we've got on the floor. I trust everybody here defensively. Obviously, they're going to look for Ja Morant. I think it's more likely he goes for a drive inside, but I would rather him do that because he's made some tough threes today, and I don't want him to hit a 3 to make it a 1-score game. 117-111, Lakers out of timeouts, hoping for a miracle. Franklin on the baseline gets it over to Davidson. Maybe not the guy I would have expected to get the shot here, as it is no good. Porzingis with the rebound. He's fouled by Najee, and the Lakers are in a lot of trouble as he would make both at the line. 8-point game. Del Toro, quick 3 is good. Dante Del Toro brings it within 5 as Shaedon Sharpe is now fouled by Monte Davidson. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. If he makes both of them, it is a 3-score game. First one is good for Shaedon Sharpe. And the second one now, looking to bring the lead to 7. He got it. 121-114. Lakers got to move fast. Here's Ja looking to quickly make a play over to Franklin. And he connects on the 3. The Lakers will not quit. This feels like the Pistons game all over again where they just kept hitting 3s at the end. But the Blazers keep hitting their 3 throws. Sharpe at the line. That one is good. Even if the Lakers keep hitting 3s, as long as we're good at the line, we should be fine. Shaedon Sharpe sinks the second one. It is a 6-point lead for Portland. And now the Lakers are going to need another quick three. Franklin again. This time it is no good. Springer with the rebound, and I think that's the dagger as he is hugged by Del Toro and gets two at the line. First one for the MVP is good. He's up to 34. Second one for Springer is good as well. 125-117. Blazers lead. Morant going to likely heave it up from half court. It is no good, and that'll do it. What a win here for the Trailblazers. And I feel like the thing that I'm most impressed by is the fact that we played horribly in the first half and still found a way to win. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to have games like this in future rounds if we get far enough against a team like, say, the Rockets or Sacramento. But it's nice knowing that we can pull a rabbit out of our hat occasionally. Darius Springer with 35, 14, and 5. With Springer winning the MVP, expectations for him look different. Him playing well is not good enough. He needs to play great. In the first half, he was only good, but in the second half, he was great. I give Khalil Griffin a ton of credit because he was really good in the first half. Big reason why we were able to stay in the game. Shaedon Sharpe and John Morant were both not very efficient. They both played better down the stretch, though, and I think, as I kind of mentioned earlier, it's a rust thing with them. So I think they're both going to play better as the rest of the series and thus the rest of the playoffs goes along. Kristaps Porzingis, I thought, was really good. Rebounded well, defended well, shot the ball well, at the right place at the right time. We didn't get a ton from our bench other than Abaji, who went 4 for 4. Nobody else really stood out, but with the bench getting less playing time, that's bound to happen. John Morant was really good. He had 43, but the Lakers need somebody else to really step up because today they did not really have that. I thought Zeke Naji was pretty good, but other than that, nobody was impressive. Dante Del Toro only had 8 points. He is injured, but still, that's unfortunate considering they've relied on him so much this year. And then with Bryson Franklin, I don't know why he only played 21 minutes. I want to see Franklin be more aggressive because I thought he was really good in spurts when the Lakers gave him the ball, but he just didn't get the ball enough. The Lakers need to trust him, especially with Dante Del Toro carrying a much lighter load on offense. So that'll wrap up the episode. Next time around, we will continue with likely games 2 and 3, maybe even game 4 as well. Hope everybody enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.